that.
Leave
that in.
Okay, yeah, it'll
Make
start
that
with
the start.
that. Welcome everyone to episode 7 of the Hoppy Thoughts Podcast. I'm Will and this is Chet. As always,
Hello everyone.
coming to you live from Chet's lovely garage. We were able to take down, Chet was able to take down all the Halloween decorations from last time. Spooky season over. Fall season, Christmas season
In the
starts
trash.
now. We're all very excited to bring you a lovely show today. We got a lot of stuff planned. In the preamble to this episode, we wanted to mention something that hit close to home, I suppose. Any listeners out there, if you haven't discerned by now, we live in the lovely city of Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah. Proudly labeled the biggest small town, the biggest small city, I guess. I love it here. The sense of community really is some of the best I've ever had in all the places I've ever lived. We kind of had a tragedy happen in our city. If you haven't heard about it, your head's under a rock. It was national news. On my way home after it happened, after we came here on Tuesday, I heard it on the BBC radio. Yeah. So it already was around the world like 2 or 3 hours after it happened. What I'm talking about is the UPS flight 2976 that crashed a mile or so outside of the airport on November 4th. Just some details regarding the facts and the figures. It was a UPS cargo flight en route from the Louisville airport to Honolulu. It was completely full of fuel and packages. It was a crew of 3 people. There were 3 crew members. It took off at around 5:10, 5:12 or so, and then crash landed not a minute after. Some of the most major things about the aircraft was an MD-11F, a small variety within the MD-11 family. The airplane itself was 34 years old. I didn't think it was that old. Well, I knew it was old, but maybe not that old. Maybe that's young when it comes to MD-11s.
We can talk about these airplanes because there's a little bit of a topic around is that old? And in airplane world, that is not old. Yeah, I don't believe that is exceptionally old by any means. I mean, it's still in production. Like, let's be honest, and not being built, but it's still in production, as in it is being used around the world. They've continued to, UPS was talking about retiring them. They were going through processes of retiring them, but guess what? New airplanes are expensive and don't always work. Boeing,
very true. Very, very true. I mean, airplanes I like to think are kind of meant to be maintained for 50 years or more, perhaps. I mean, I'm getting on some American Airlines flights or planes that are like, man, this thing's from the 70s or something. Like, this thing is old.
This is from the Hooters airline.
Yeah, it still has ashtrays and different things. Yeah, the Hooters airline, I've heard about that. They had 2 planes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, was it Trump that bought them? I think that's right.
Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trump bought them.
They probably just bought them for the hardware. Anyway, the plane had a catastrophic failure. One of the engines kind of detached from the main plane wing, which sent it totally sideways. In any videos out there in the world, you can see it totally bank hard right, and crashed just outside the airport into a industrial waste petroleum recycling plant. Yep. It resulted in the death of 11 people. I think they've recovered all the bodies and recovered all of the...
Still 9
they've accounted for all of the missing people as of today.
As of this morning, they found out? As I say, because 9 were still missing, and obviously it's proposed that they did not make it. Yeah. So we should see a total of 20 is what we were expecting.
The FAA, this was recent, the FAA has grounded all MD-11 aircraft nationwide. Yeah. So I don't know how many commercial airlines are MD-11s, but...
Look, I'm not in the space. We have folks who are in the space, but it feels a little like people who are unaware of the airplane scene and how all of this works. It feels a little like, let's just do this to calm the fears of people.
Yeah, maybe.
And it feels unnecessary.
I personally don't think it's an MD-11 problem.
No,
not at all.
No,
it's just
name the last MD-11 plane crash.
Yeah,
there wasn't one. It was a DC-10, the predecessor to this one.
Mm.
So
That was a Scott fun fact.
That
right
was
there.
a Scott fun
yeah,
fact.
100%
That's
Scott
who
fun
told
fact.
me it. So, because
Yes.
I literally was like, so wait, what's the concern with the MD-11? Bro, you're gonna get me passionate about this, man. I literally yell at each other about this in the house. But yeah, no, it feels a little. How do I say this? Yeah, it feels like we're just catering to the mass concern, the mass fear, and it's like. I think it would be better combated with education. Literally going, what was the actual cause of this? Was it the MD-11? Was it the what is the biggest concern for our group, which is was it a mechanical failure? Did someone fail to meet the standard or the requirements meant to get this airplane back in the air?
Yeah.
And what was the cause of that, of course?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, human error or just a tragic accident, you know. So a bolt sheared, and that bolt was on the plane for 34 years.
Engine mounting bolt that sheared, and that's it.
Yep.
Out down she goes. So
exactly.
Yeah, I we're in the area. You called me, and I kind of want to talk about this just really fast, but you called me right when you saw a plume of smoke, and the first thing you asked me was, where is Megan?
Yeah.
I think there's a fire. I see a lot of smoke. Where is Megan? And, honestly, looking back now, I have been extremely thankful for you to do that, one. But two, I was very lucky to be standing in the driveway with her right then and there. So, because it could have been a very different story.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely could have been. Yeah, I live like within a 10-mile radius. Like the smoke plume, I saw it within the first 5 minutes. I just happened to walk outside to head to your house to film this episode. We postponed it because of this, in a sense.
Yeah.
And it was like a volcano erupted. Like this is the biggest smoke plume I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm sure people who have been around wildfires and things can attest to just like the volume of it.
Yeah.
It was huge. I was like, that looks like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that, like we saw on the news directly after that there were high winds, and this was them blowing the smoke plume all over the city.
Yeah.
You don't just get a small little fire that its smoke gets blown all over the city.
No.
This thing was massive. I mean, you could see it from our house.
Yeah. Yeah, when on my way over to your house, I stopped at Costco to get a pizza. I could see on the horizon the smoke cloud. It was forming like a low, quite literally a cloud hanging just maybe 300 feet off the ground, and it looked scary as shit. It looked like a vampire castle cloud. I don't know. It just looked terrifying.
Yeah,
the
intro scene
really
of Dracula's castle.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But so thank you for calling.
No problem.
Because we had no idea.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
I initially said that I looked up, fires around that area, and someone set a Kroger toilet paper aisle on fire, and I was like, maybe it's that. Maybe that burned down the Kroger.
Yeah,
but no, it was way worse.
Much
than that.
Worse.
Yes, I saw a picture of this toilet paper fire, and it was catastrophic to the toilet paper aisle.
Yeah, I mean, they really went up.
We're talking thousands of rolls destroyed. Thousands. So shout out
the insurance on that alone has got to be. They're like, so you lost $500 in toilet paper, and they're like, it was the whole aisle. Like
the whole aisle, you weren't there. So many rolls lost their life. So many injuries. So many casualties. Shout out to the toilet paper aisle.
But yes, I think that what we're trying to do here is to talk about the event that Louisville has been impacted by, the folks over at UPS, the employees, the family members of UPS employees that are going to be impacted by this, whether that's directly by the lives lost, as well as the civilians that were on the street or in the recycling shop, in the auto parts shop over at Grade A.
Yeah.
I think our heart pours out to those folks. We know how close it hit to our home, and it scares us enough as is. And so I know that Will has a link or a foundation that we want to.
I wanted to mention the Team Kentucky Emergency Relief Fund. It's a fund run by the government in response to emergencies, local and regionalized to the state of Kentucky. Given that certain federal and other dollars are kind of tied up, I suppose, right now, there's a great relief fund. This fund paid for most of the recovery efforts so far, paying overtime for the up to 100 emergency response people. Literally, the whole state traveled to Louisville to stop the fire, which was so impressive, I think.
Yes.
It was a massive undertaking. So it's run and overseen by the governor himself. I don't speak fondly of many politicians. Governor Beshear is a good one, I like to think.
Yep.
You'll be seeing a link down below in some meaningful way. Give your support if you would like.
We won't talk about the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor, I don't know much about him personally. I know a lot of people have negative thoughts about the mayor, but the governor is a good one. Good guy.
Just on his impressions, I'll say this. Just on his impressions alone on delaying news from coming out so that he can be here to tell the exact same thing that we had heard for the last hour. He added zero value.
Yeah.
And then made it about his platform.
Nice.
And I won't talk about what that was because I don't want to go into our beliefs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it is not the time and the place. As somebody who has been around politicians in the state of Mississippi growing up, that's snake oil salesman behavior.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Yeah. I can see the forked tongue, coming in and out of the mouth. Perhaps. I don't know much about him, and we won't go into detail about him necessarily. But immediately following this tragedy, literally the day after, my wife and I went to Chicago.
Yeah,
I want to talk about Chicago. As you can see, I'm wearing my tourist hat.
River Walk. Dude, it's my favorite. Did you guys go?
We did not stay long enough to enjoy all the things down in that area. It's the most.
There's so much stuff. It's packed.
So much stuff.
It's crazy how and I know you grew up in Dallas.
Yeah.
And for you, maybe seeing a large city, you're like, oh, I've seen this before. I've been around this before. But going from 2,000 people in a small town to then I went to Knoxville, Tennessee, which is only still it was bigger than my college town, Mississippi.
Yeah, I think it's smaller than Louisville, Knoxville.
Knoxville is smaller than Louisville. It's still a few 100,000, but I think it's either 200 or 300. And I think Louisville's almost 500,000. I think it's 400,000.
Yep.
You go to Chicago and it's
yeah, I mean, everywhere you look, there's a
oh
building.
my God, it was just so big. And it was I felt I've never been in a situation where I felt overwhelmed by the size of a city, but I went to Chicago and I was like, holy shit, this is a big fucking city. And then ended up going to Istanbul later on and realized how small Chicago really is. Dude, Chicago, and we're going to talk about the architecture tour, but seeing from the water, the city, dude.
No, it's beautiful. It quickly, within the second or third day, and of course I'm a tourist and I'm only experiencing the good parts of the city.
Yeah.
All the other cities that I've been to was on some type of business travel, and it was relatively leisurely. Chicago quickly rose to be one of my favorite cities. It's probably number one or number two, for sure.
Have you been to New York to make the standard comparison of Chicago?
No, we go in about a month.
Okay.
Yeah. December,
okay, so this will be your first time. Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to know your opinion after that because
I
have never been to New York, and I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Chicago.
Oh, I can almost guarantee you I'll lean Chicago because I mentioned to you we were staying just over there on the other side of the garage, but Chicago, we took the architecture tour, and so you're on a boat, and there's a couple of other boats in the river. The architecture tour, if you go to Chicago, you got to do this tour, because you're learning about the buildings, and every building is different. The buildings were all built in different eras of the city, all the way from the Chicago fire that happened in the 1850s, all the way up until 2022. The latest building was built, and so you can see the shift in architecture and styles, and just the I don't know, the driving styles at the time. And then while you're doing this, you're hearing all these fun facts about the buildings, which I was like, buildings are lame. They've been here. Who cares? It was oh, wow, this person who built this building built it because of these thought processes. I was like, wow, that's cool. But as you're going, there's There's the L train that crosses in front of you, and there's people walking, and the bridges are going up and down, and there's planes overhead. And now I'm on a boat. It's just like a Lego city.
It's almost cinematic. Like when
Yes.
you're walking through, you're like, whoa.
It's cinematic as hell.
It's what I imagined a city to be, like a bustling city.
Yeah.
I'm in the big city, Toto. You know, like, but like.
Yeah.
You
Everything
actually
is
get there, and it's a totally different world.
Yes. Everything is like functional. Everything is magically functional. Like we didn't see any dysfunction. Oh, a train being like not working. I never saw a single broken down car on the side of the road, which is probably rare. I was like, holy shit! Everyone just like knows how to get around here. I guess.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm falling apart over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Literally, I went to go move it because we need to introduce our 6-pack of the day.
Yes. We can do that in a couple of moments. Yeah, I describe it as a Lego city. It's the most functional, beautiful city I've ever been to, and I was right in the heart of it. We stayed at a place right by the L train's tracks, I guess, and so we walked outside of our hotel, and boom, you're underneath the train, which is really cool. The food was fantastic. Food was so good. We stayed at, we ate at Miller's Pub, best Caesar salad I've ever had. I think deep dish pizza is a superior pizza.
Whoa! What?
It's my hot take. I think it's really fucking good.
Whoa! For real?
I think it was. I mean, where we went and the style of pizza that we had, it's easily better than Pizza Hut, Papa John's, all that shit combined.
Oh, I mean,
easily.
Yeah. But like, would you take it over Goodfellas here in town?
I fucking might.
Whoa!
Honestly, might. I'll have to compare it to the true New York style.
I'm kind of judging
tavern style.
It
was so good.
Like, I'm not saying that it's bad pizza. It's just never it's never my go-to pizza.
Yeah.
Like, specifically, we had it, and I was like, it is good. I can tell that it's good. It's made with love, but it's not. When I go, I want a pizza. I don't want a pie. I don't want like a saucy.
Yes. A lot of people's arguments is like it's not pizza. You can't really hold it in your hand. You got to eat it halfway with a fork, and then you can maybe pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, I don't know if it's in the pizza category.
Yeah, which I think
it's really, really good. Even I think it's better than Goodfellas for sure. It's better than most traditional style like Neapolitan pizza. I loved it, dude. It was so good.
This hurts, man. This hurts.
I would say
we've never not agreed on something, Will.
It was good, dog. Maybe one day we'll do like in college with my friends. I did like a pizza challenge during COVID. We went around and got a slice of pizza from all the various restaurants around town, and we blindfolded each other and took bites and tried to guess which ones are our favorite. Yeah, these results may challenge.
That's an expensive challenge. I mean, I guess if you have enough pizza per slice, but like
we all took some home.
8 pizzas. Yeah, that's true.
It was a great place. Love Chicago. I would say I would definitely have like a summer condo there. I could definitely live there.
Oh,
if I didn't have a wife and if I didn't have dogs, I could totally live there as a single bachelor person. Oh, on my final note,
yeah.
What made me also enjoy it, or Shelby and I my wife and I picked up on this at the end of the trip.
Yeah,
we were walking around during rush hour, and there's lots of people on the street, whatever. So you see a lot of people. There wasn't everyone we saw was like average looking. There were some people who were dressed in high fashion that looked fancy, but I would say there was no like extremely beautiful or hot people.
Oh, that's because it's the North.
Yeah, it's like the North, kind of Midwest, and I was like, I just feel like I can live here, and I wouldn't feel judged or inferior.
Yeah, go to the South, and the women are just drop dead gorgeous. That's no joke. No, that Barstool actually, Megan showed me a video because Barstool was in Starkville, Mississippi this past weekend.
Yeah.
And they like get on there and they're like, they had kind of like a college game day set up with SEC.
Yeah.
And they have a panel of 4 sitting on a stage talking. And I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was like Big Cat, Dave Portnoy. On stage, but it was a couple of folks, and then it's not Glenny Balls, but it's I know all the like I want to say older Barstool guys that have been there for a while.
I know none of them except the Portnoy guy because he reviews pizza.
Okay, yeah, yes, no, there's a few of them, but there's one in particular I've seen him before. It's not Trent. It's another heavy set bald guy.
Mm.
And he's down in the crowd, and he literally was like, I love this place. I don't fucking get it. it's just a bunch of fat white dudes and drop dead gorgeous women. This is the best. Like, I love SEC schools, and that's it. That's the truth. It's like all balding, ugly ass white guys and just the most gorgeous women you've ever seen. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like,
yeah.
And then, you go to the north and it's, Karen. Oh, hi, come in, honey. And you're like, that was my Midwest accent. It was kind of terrible. But yeah, you're just like, they got the Fargo accent. It's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
The accent was fine. I just, everyone like looked like average. There wasn't like extremely ugly people and extremely beautiful people.
Yeah.
Everyone sat between like a 5 and like an 8.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm like a 6.5. So like I fit right in the middle.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Dude, on the lighting, when the lighting's right, maybe even a 7.
Yeah, like in the darkness. It might be a 7. My personality can shine through. Yeah, it just felt like, I just felt like I don't know, I was meant to be there, I guess. I don't know. Because some cities kind of make you feel inferior. Oh, you're not like us. We're this way.
Yes.
No, it was very
Sometimes
inviting.
you get into a city and you're like, oh, I don't fit in here.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. Tell us about these beers today, Chet. How does this
They went through a rigorous selection process. I went into the liquor store and I said, give me the highest ABV beer that you got. And we landed on Lagunitas Hazacus Maximus Hazy IPA with notes of grapefruit. I still don't know how to say that word. Terpenes?
It's
terpenes?
Terpenes? It's terpenes. Terpenes, yes.
That's dumb.
Wine has terpenes in it. It's like a kind of bitter antioxidant of compound.
I keep seeing it, and I go, turpentine? But it's not turpentine.
Terpenes? Terpenes? Nice.
I feel like a kid at Christmas.
It is a little strange. We are drinking at 10 o'clock on a Sunday. The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ would not allow for this.
Yeah, I thought about this yesterday when I was downstairs. It was like 9 o'clock, and I went, oh, shit, I don't have any beer that we can drink, and like with a box and like, something we can kind of present. And I was like, and all the liquor stores are going to be closed until 1 tomorrow. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, I got to run and get something now.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did. They come in a lovely little gold can. I will admit we have had these before. I originally bought these when we were first supposed to shoot the podcast.
Yeah.
But of course, after the UPS airplane crash, I felt like it was the right time to go, hey everyone, if you want a beer, please take a beer. So we killed that 6-pack. And they were a big hit. I think that
they were really good.
For 9%, sometimes I find that the beer gets like, I think 7.5. If you're gonna go for a higher ABV beer, which I don't think that all beer needs to be higher ABV. I think that there's some beer that is just better when it's not. Like a perfect example is Guinness. Guinness, it's perfect, right where it's at. It's
yeah.
I'm more there for the flavor than I am for the alcohol.
Yeah.
But like,
I always thought like dark stouts like that were higher ABV, but no, they're lower.
Yeah.
They're
lower.
Sometimes not even 4%.
Yeah, they're like 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to do a higher ABV, 7.5 is really the sweet spot. Mm-hmm. You can have 2 beers and you're cooking with gas.
Nice.
But when you get into the 9% or what we talked about earlier is a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force, that 9.5, you kind of start to get a weird, like, kind of just taste. I don't know that I love.
And that one's, I'm sure it's just tolerable because it's so sweet. I had a quick college story. So back in college, when I was in my master's, I was the president of the Graduate Student Association for the Microbiology Department.
Mr. Prez.
Mr. President. Yeah, I wanted to put something on my resume. Very little responsibility. I mean, my main responsibility was to throw parties, really, which was fun, or kind of organize them.
That's like what our current president.
Fundraising. Yeah, true statement. Yeah, he's really building a party room right now.
Yeah,
and fundraise here and there. And one of the more successful fundraisers was hosting just a kind of get together of the department at the local brewery. Iron Monk is what it's called.
Ooh, wait.
Up there in Stillwater.
Have I heard of Iron Monk, or am I thinking
Maybe. I don't know how far away they distribute their beer, but that was our college town brewery.
I think I'm thinking of Golden Monkey. There's like the weird. I don't want to call it weird, but they have higher ABV beer, and it comes in like a purple box, and it's got a monkey with like 3 eyes.
No.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Iron Monk. I think its main sigil, the logo, is like a drum. I think it's like a drum or like a chain kind of thing. Yeah, something like that. I don't really remember. But anyway, I invited the department, and one guy, I always liked this guy because he was always that kind of weird guy who would experiment like in his house, like doing weird stuff at his house. He was like a super nerdy microbiologist guy, but he was cool.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. It's unfortunate. He's moved on to bigger and better things now. This is 6 or 7 years ago. He homebrewed something and brought it to the brewery for all of us to try. And he's like, this is my experiment. Yeah. And I've homebrewed before, and it's really difficult to make stuff that's palatable and stuff that's good. So I respect this guy. So he brings like a carafe full of it. It's like a gallon or so.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, try this out. And he pours a little bit out for us, a little tiny bit, like less than a shot. And he goes, yeah, this is my beer. It's like a red ale, Pilsner, like combination of styles.
Okay.
And he says, this one's special because it took me 6 months to brew. Because over like each month, I would dose in extra sugar, and I used like wine yeast for it. So it was a beer. It was made with mostly, wheat and barley and things like that. But it was 22%.
I was going to say it was like 13, 14%.
22 beer. I was like, you can do that? I've never even heard of that in my entire life. And he said, like, yeah, every day I would like give it a little bit more nutrient.
Every day?
Every day.
My God.
This is his passion project for 6 months. And I tasted it, and it was like, it was such an experience because you're like, oh, wow, beer. It tastes great. Oh, my God. There's the mouthwash at the end. But I say mouthwash because it contains a lot of alcohol.
But, just like,
but it kind of made sense. I think that could have been on the shelf, honestly. That would be fucking dangerous. Probably limit 1 can per person.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, that would actually probably get sold in a bottle. Like it would get sold like in a
bigger
wine bottle. That was like, because it's carbonated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd probably be like sold in a compressed.
Yeah, it was really good.
Wine bottle size. But
yeah, I can't remember his name. But
that is crazy.
He's on to bigger and better things now, I'm sure.
Red Ale Pilsner 22%. That's
yeah, it was wild. And it was really good. I wish I could have some more, honestly. I remember one of our professors there. So many professors at OSU were like this, like tenured for 30 years, super old, kind of like weird people.
Yeah.
So many of them loved it. They're like, this is so great.
Hey, speaking of
drink this in my garden.
Drinking shit out of a bottle and it's terrible, and you just went to Chicago.
It's back here.
It is? I was like, where did the Malort go?
We tried to find Malort, but no bars had it.
Oh, what?
I know. We didn't really go to many bars, but we didn't go to too many specific like bars.
Did you ask them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we know what it is, but we don't have any."
Oh yeah, everyone knew what it was. Okay. Yes, one bar mentioned that they used to make a cocktail with it. It was called like a Chicago handshake, where it was like Malort and other stuff, and everyone was like,
"I'm literally getting chills thinking about it. I don't like it."
Hey, they might come back up here soon. Well. Anyway,
that's true. Shit.
Yes. Yeah, you better.
Oh no.
Better know your stuff.
That might be foreshadowing. We don't know right now.
Well, fantastic. We have a great main topic for you, for everyone. It's about the stock market and stock markets in general.
Okay.
I can't remember why I thought what would make this interesting at the time. I wrote this about a week or so ago.
Yeah.
Maybe the market did bad that day, and I was like, hey, what is a stock market? I don't know. I don't know a lot of the mechanics of stock markets and the history. So
okay,
let's dive right in, shall we? Because stock markets and the financial, it's a big part of our economy. So it's important for people to understand the history, I think. Anyway, the main idea of a stock market, the idea that someone or a group of people, mostly publicly accessible, give money to some central entity, company, or government, or a conglomeration of industry, and then they company or whatever else, that group then takes that money to do something, right? And then at the end of whatever they're done doing, the individual people who invested has a part of their output. This idea as a concept started around the 13th and 14th century, coming out of France and Italy. So before that, the way it would kind of work, most industries, I would say the most major industries at this time were fishing, agriculture, right? How it would work before the 13th and 14th century is that the government would collect taxes, and then certain major industry leaders, right? You could be a farmer of 20 acres or whatever else. You'd come to the government and just be handed money. Like, you'd be directly subsidized by the government. But then the government would own your output, own your harvest, wheat, barley, fish, whatever. The government would own it and then distribute it to the society. Or they would allow for individual purchase, like a merchant could buy, 100 pounds of wheat, and then they could sell it on the street or something like that. So it was more or less government-driven and government-owned. Your kind of like local economy, which is interesting. Funny enough, the Roman Empire, I know that comes up in certain males' thought process about once a week. The Roman Empire, one of the things that made it so successful is that it would have any Roman citizen, whether it conquered your country or not, if you're a Roman citizen, you were entitled to one loaf of bread a day. You could go to the government house and be given a loaf of bread. And that was because the government owned the farms and owned the, the stock of the wheat and barley. I don't know.
Did they have a bank?
Yeah, there were banking concepts. The idea that you'd give money to something or be lent money, and then you owed it back. Yeah, they had banks.
And then, someplace to store your money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think of,
banks
why
and,
was the
lender
government
houses.
Why was, obviously, I'm gonna say this, and when I say it may sound kind of silly, but, why was the government the governing body? Oh, my God, is that a spider?
Whoa. Where are you looking?
Do you see behind the press? See the press? See the tire? The motorcycle seat? Do you see the PB blaster on the shelf?
Yeah.
Look like 6 inches underneath it?
No, it looks like some. No, I don't.
No, that's definitely a bug. I'm watching it move.
I don't see anything personally, but
move,
let me know.
Move your microphone. It's far over there. Do you see it's
no,
okay? Do you see the wall? How it's like concrete, and then there's the panel board.
Yes.
Look right underneath the panel board, directly underneath where the PB blaster is listed. It's to the right.
Oh,
you see that thing?
Yeah, I think it's like a cricket or something.
What the? That thing's huge.
It is big. Hey, let me know if it gets any closer.
I will let you know. I just saw it slowly. Ugh. All right, so anyhow, my question on...
Yes. Why was the government in charge?
Yeah, why is necessarily the government in charge, specifically even with money? What makes them the governing body, which is the part that I was like, I know that sounds silly because of the government, but what makes them entitled to be the governing body versus the bank or... Yeah. And that may be a deeper question into just their culture, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I would say the leading driver of that is that most of your most educated people were in the government or major business owners, and so the society just kind of approved of their ownership over their labor. Okay. You know, because a lot of societies were kind of oligarchical. Even your representatives that you may have voted on, back in Athens and the Roman Empire, if you were able to vote on something, you're voting on literally the smartest guy probably in your fucking country. Yeah, right. Your most educated person who had understandings of how everything worked, because the regular citizen in the 13th century probably didn't know how to read.
Dude, thank God that's how politics works today.
Were you talking about today or back then?
Today.
Yeah. Well, I would say now, half the people that we have the opportunity to vote on, they're not the experts. No. I don't know how people pick them. Yeah, it's wild. Anyway, that's probably how it worked. It worked like that in most major countries. Until the 13th or 14th centuries, there was a lightning bolt of new ideas. Wow, bang! Let's do this a different way. A concept of a stock market, a publicly accessible exchange of money for something that you would not be given at that moment.
Yeah. A
true investment platform, I suppose, happened in France and Italy in the 13th and 14th century. What would happen and this is more or less how it works today. The government would issue, even though the government was still more or less in charge of certain things, the government would issue kind of public bonds for people to purchase. The government would then take those bonds and the amount of money raised, give it to banks to actually manage. So the government really went hands off after collecting the money, gave it to the banks. And what would happen, what you would be given in exchange is a document or some type of proof that you owned a share, a portion of whatever industry's output would be. You owned their stock. That's why it's called that. Whatever the major agricultural industry or the fishing industry or whatever they produced, their stock, you would own a share of it, right? And so let's say at the beginning of the year, you put in $10 to help your local agricultural industry. At the end of the year, you were entitled to whatever percentage amount that they made for that day out of all the investment. So let's say you invested $10 into this. The whole community invested $100. You own 10% of what the farm or major ranch produced at the end of the year. It would literally, you'd go to the government office and pick up your stacks of wheat, right?
Sick.
And this was publicly accessible, not through taxes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Not only as individuals, like you could give money to this concept, merchants could do it. Governments from other cities and merchants from other cities, other industries can do that in your town. So it in the most simplest of forms, this was very good for most industries back then. It allowed for rapid growth, rapid expansion. You know, as rapid and as you can imagine it back then, right? It's not like they tripled production in a year. No. I mean, we're still working with tools that plywood wasn't even invented yet, right?
Man, I feel like embezzling back then was just insane.
Oh, it's so easy.
There's just a little coin.
There was no auditing.
Yeah,
back
no,
then.
dude,
That didn't
there's
exist.
no way. They
Yeah.
didn't have Excel
Oligarchs,
spreadsheets,
man.
dude. Just embezzle that shit.
Yes, exactly.
And then if you get caught, they hang you. Like,
Precisely.
just don't get caught.
And so what this allowed was that an individual or a mercantile group or something, when they're purchasing a share, they can, they on paper have direct ownership of the output of that industry, right? You owe me 100 pounds of fish because I bought it in the very beginning, right? I invested in you, and then when you came back to me with your final product, I own a portion of it. That means that individual proof of ownership in and of itself had value, right? That could then be sold to someone else or something else if that person or that external entity thought that the industry was going to do better this year or do bad this year because of droughts or because of floods or because of labor shortage or because of all of these things.
Yeah.
So the idea of selling almost as like a third party, like, you have your output of your major industry, selling like a fractional ownership of that became almost overnight like its own industry. This is what we call now securities, right? It's a secure way to define that you own a share of the stock of something, right? So then it all kind of ties back. This all happened 600, 700 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're getting to how that has changed over time and different ways of how stock markets were utilized to expand countries, expand industries, et cetera, et cetera. So this had a lot of this concept allowed various industries and communities to expand and kind of come together. Like if you had a bunch of regional towns in the middle of nowhere, you would find like your economy would find to be fused together in a sense. Like instead of you having your own local economy, the guy who owned 3 cows would buy, you'd be given milk, you'd make butter. Now you are working like as a region together, right? Because the commodity of the region was actually being conglomerated together, and people could have fractional ownership of that.
Created ley lines.
Yes, it created ley lines and a different way to trade. By the 16th century, so fast forward 200-300 years or so, this concept really went, expanded all across Europe. So pretty much every country had some version of this, whether it was run by the government, or run by the banks, or run by both, or whatever else, run by individual kind of lender houses. Different private groups could get together and kind of form these types of systems. Fast forward to the 16th century, the stock market, or these types of investing on output, it really accelerated a new type of risk, like a new concept, which was westward expansion. So there are a couple examples in which the stock market was the main financial driver of westward expansion. The first one that I'm working to cite here is the Virginia Company of London. Do you know, does that ring any type of bells?
No.
It's funny, we learned about this in school, but I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah, no.
The Virginia Company of London. What this was a mercantile naval type of business,
is this Columbus?
I suppose. Almost, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll find out. It was chartered by the English crown in 1606, founded the permanent settlement in North America, Jamestown. So the boat, I can't remember the boat. This is not the Mayflower. This is not the Pilgrims. It's the other one.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was called. It's like, I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember.
Well,
whatever.
The main boat that had, a captain and like 200, 300 people, these weren't just regular people, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to pay money to get across the ocean. No, they joined a crew of people that would go across the ocean to work.
Yeah.
The idea here was to turn a profit. The idea here was to cross the Atlantic Ocean, have a permanent settlement in North America, named Jamestown, colonize the area, and mass produce tobacco. So this wasn't for fun. It was money raised by the government of London, chartered by the crown itself to say, final sign off, boom, go do it.
Yeah.
I see that you've raised money, you've built ships, et cetera, et cetera. All of this was from a stock market type of thing because they didn't produce anything at this point. It needed tons and tons of investment, right, for people to build ships and things. Go across America and grow tobacco, and we'll come and pick it up, right? And they were kind of beholden to shareholders is what that means, right? They needed to go there and turn a profit.
Yeah,
they
produce results.
Exactly. What this was, this idea of, oh shit, we need to turn a profit.
Yeah.
Really pushed the idea for a cheap labor force, aka slaves.
Oh,
we can't keep sending people over there for them to die and have like our business leaders, business managers go over there. We needed a cheaper labor force. We need it now.
Yeah.
So the Dutch West India Company, another company founded with heavy amounts of investment. Yes, you've heard of some of these before.
Yeah.
You've heard about this third one that I'm going to get to. So the Dutch West India Company was founded based off of a stock market. Like that
company should be called that again, by the way. That's my hot
just
take.
Two countries and then
but like those
company?
names go fucking hard.
They do.
They go so hard. Dutch West India Company. Bro, like that just like, it's a punch to the soul in comparison to like Hooters.
Hooters Incorporated.
Or Hooters Incorporated,
I can agree. It carries a punch. And I mean, maybe this carries a punch because we know that these companies literally, they allowed for, I would say, society that we have now. I mean, they traveled goods all around the world. Yeah. They were a transportation logistics company at their heart, I would say.
I don't even know what like logistics companies nowadays are called. Like the cargo ship company. Cargo ship companies. Like, where are they even? What are their names?
Oh, I have no idea.
Ships are us.
I think this last company is still like, it still carries their current name. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
A company by the name of the Dutch West India Company was invested from a stock market like concept. They received money from individuals and other companies, right? It was founded in a stock market type of way. It was founded in 1621 to fund Dutch colonial efforts in America. It went on to land and found New Netherland that became modern New York. So we would not have New York. We would not have the West unless they raised funds in this way. This company was also heavily involved in the transportation of slaves from and to the Caribbean to help produce sugarcane and various crops in this region. All funded in a stock market type of way. It was not, private owned. It was owned by shareholders. Now, companies could own majority portions of it, but any guy off the street could buy a share of the West India Company. Yeah. If they wanted to, or if they had the ability.
If they had the money, yeah.
Yes.
Was there like a minimum that was introduced of like You had to have so much money to purchase a share. Was there a value to these shares at this point? Or
That's a good question. I would imagine yes. Like you can't like, I have 2 shillings.
Yeah,
I can only purchase half a loaf of bread.
Yeah,
they're
like
not
I can
gonna
only purchase a tenth of a share.
Yeah,
That's
they're
where I
not
go,
gonna
like,
go through that process with you as an individual. Like write up
Yeah.
the paperwork and spend. Like that's just not gonna
'Cause, like,
happen.
in
There must be a minimum.
In Roman culture, I guarantee you that there wasn't like a value to a share. It was just more of like, if you got money, we'll give you a percentage of, or maybe there was. Why wouldn't there be a value to a singular share?
Yeah, there definitely is. There definitely was.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how. Just like today, a stock or a share is valued at the amount that the last person before you bought the share.
Yeah.
That it goes as deep as that. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
But the unfortunate or the way that this operated back then is that you would go to the government house or go to a major bank to purchase these shares. And it's not like the banks were able to communicate back and forth to one another.
Mhm.
So if you were living in Germany and wanted to buy a portion of the
Back
Dutch West
then,
Indian
shares
Company,
were paper. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
also
literally
thinking about the
paper.
logistics of like, how do you even show authentication of I purchased a share? You gave
Yeah.
them money. No, it's just a fucking piece
Just
of
a
paper,
document
a
that was
shitty
fancy
piece of
looking.
paper
Yep.
that somebody put a wax seal on, a stamp actually, not even a wax seal.
Mhm. Yeah, I wonder if like these were forged. I mean, it's just
Oh
literally a document.
God, dude! Yeah, I bet you they forged them all the fucking
I'm sure,
time.
I'm sure of it.
I wonder if they were like secretive or protective of their stamps.
Probably.
Like they're like individual like metal stamps. Like, no, you can't give that shit out.
Oh, for sure. That was their way of like
Whose job do you think that
verifying
was?
a document.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of the governments had like a mint, right? Like a treasury.
Yeah,
That person is in charge of that
would
for
be
sure.
in charge of those.
I would
That's a good
imagine.
point.
You can also imagine, like I mentioned, there was no internet. Like your fastest way of getting news around was through the mail, or maybe birds, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say you're a German and you go to the German, stock exchange or something, and you buy a share of the Dutch West India Company. It could be more or less than what is being sold in England or France or Italy. You really don't know, and that's what's kind of interesting is that some people are purchasing more or less than what they actually are.
I wonder if there was some haggling that was done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to buy a share, and they're like,
It's possible.
It's 20 Dolores. I don't fucking know
Yeah,
what it was
francs.
called at that point.
Francs or maybe.
But yeah, like 20 of those, and he's like, "No, I'll buy it for 18." He's like,
Maybe.
they're
The
like,
more you buy, the less it is.
fine.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the Costco of Germany back in 1920, and you can buy some shares
I
in
wonder-
a slave
you know
trading
what?
company.
I wonder how respectable of the system it was. Like, did people treat this process with respect? Or was there kind of a sentiment of like, no, get the fuck out of here? Like, I'm not like. Like I feel like there's such a large percentage of people nowadays who look at the stock market and they're like, I'm just so uninterested in that. Like,
Yeah.
whereas back then, was this something that people?
Dude, I don't think anyone even fucking knew about it.
That's a
So,
good
like,
point.
in the beginning, right, 13th, 14th century, you're a member of a small town. You may be an employee at an inn, making and serving food, right? There's probably a couple hundred jobs in the city. But
Yeah.
people are traveling, and it's mostly agriculture, right? You knew about it, probably. There would be a town hall meeting, and they would tell you about this maybe in December. Hey, for the spring harvest, we need money. We're raising money at the end. You can get partial ownership of the output of the agricultural industry, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But now
But
we've
Pa-
totally
No, I'm just kidding,
totally changed it. Like, no way a random person on the street knows about the Dutch West India Company. No fucking way they know about it.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're probably relatively small. I mean, unless in like Jamestown, they're like, that's all we got is old DWI, like.
DWI.
I mean, like, I'm thinking like this in a way of like where I grew up, where there were very limited industries to be a part of. There's limited jobs, there's limited industries, and that was it. Like, I bet you in Jamestown, that was what they were there for. That was, I mean, obviously that's what they came over here
Plant
for. So like,
stuff.
that's all they fucking knew.
Yeah, plant stuff. You probably need like one or two blacksmiths to make materials. You need like a lumber mill. Yeah, but I mean, once you have those core foundational pieces, like, you're off to the races.
Am I getting my names confused, or was Jamestown the colony that just disappeared overnight?
I don't know. No, They're in the Carolina. Or they landed in Virginia?
Okay.
Either Virginia or the Carolinas.
There's a colony like around there where like 40 people just
died.
I don't know. They just disappeared.
Like during actual westward expansion, like the people who like got stuck in the mountains of Colorado and then like ate each other. Not that.
No.
I'm not sure. Honestly.
Yeah, I'll look this up. We'll talk about it.
And so what this really puts into perspective is, at its core value, what was happening in the West was for shareholder value. It wasn't because we were just there to do it, except maybe the Pilgrims. Like they were there for religious, to escape religious persecution. They were, in a way, doing it for fun, but their funds were raised by like the church. They took up all their church and then just went.
Yeah.
But all these other places were there for money, right? You produce something over there, we'll ship it back, et cetera, et cetera. You're an employee of a company.
Yeah.
That's how it should be thought about.
The queen and king will pay you out.
Yeah. And so what this led to was, colonialization, imperialism that affected local communities, like local to the places that you're colonizing. Duh. Like if Native Americans were attacking your plantation, the company would hire mercenaries to go kill them because you're affecting the bottom line, Native Americans.
Yeah, that's true.
You are affecting the bottom line.
That's true.
It's not in regards to human life. It's regards to the product that is coming out of the ground, or coming out of the earth, or coming out of the ocean, right?
Damn.
Kind of fucked up. The Dutch West Indian Company, like I mentioned, was one of the main drivers of the slave trade and the triangle trade.
Yeah.
I don't know if I learned this the other day. Most slaves that were taken to the New World were taken to the Caribbean, like 60 to 70%. Sugarcane. And I've read that the working conditions in the West Indies and the Caribbean were some of the worst on the planet.
Yeah. Way
worse than any of the on-land slavery that you've heard about today, or in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, all the southern states.
Yeah.
It was bad there. Bad. I mean, people were in chains and abused every day and sexually assaulted every day and all this stuff. Being a slave in a West Indian island growing sugarcane, your average life expectancy as a slave. Guess how long your life expectancy would be. The moment that you jump off the ship, your feet hit sand, guess how long your life expectancy is.
Okay. I want to say 10 years. And then I go, that's too long. Like 2 years.
7 days.
Holy shit.
7 days. There wasn't fresh water. There wasn't fresh food. There wasn't anything. You were there to live for about a week to 10 days.
Holy shit.
To just grow and maintain the sugarcane plantation, and then you would die.
That's fucking abysmal.
Horrible. Like, it was a death sentence.
Yeah.
And so that's why the majority of slaves were carted there, is because we literally couldn't keep them alive. It was impossible. Or it just wasn't, it didn't favor the bottom line to keep them alive. They would die within 7 to 10 days. And another ship would come. Oh, great. Get in line. The sugarcane needs, it's horrible. And all of that shit, like crazy. Sugar, salt was a major thing, in Africa. Sugar is everywhere today.
Yeah.
It's in literally every American product. Molasses, that was like a big part of the triangle trade. That was from sugar.
This begs the question, or at least in my mind, my next step goes like, what kind of work are they doing that gets them killed in 7 days if they're just producing sugar? How hard is it to produce sugar at this time?
I don't know
right, because that's all right. Let's be objective about this, which is not a good mindset to be in, especially when you're talking about slavery. But if the work is so difficult that you need a massive, repeatable workforce.
Yeah.
And by repeatable, I mean they die, you introduce new people fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
Which is
horrible.
Fucking horrendous.
Yep.
Why is the work so hard? Was there really no other way to do this?
It wasn't about the work. I mean, in part it was the work, but it was because you're working on sandy islands with no fresh water.
Yeah.
If you were a slave, the only way that you could get food, they did not ship in food for you. They did not grow food on the island. You would have to, in your off hours, that you're already dehydrated and not being taken care of. There was no housing. There was nothing. You would go fish. And if you caught a fish, you'd live another day. No fresh water. What fresh water was brought onto the island was for the soldiers and things that would keep you in line. The first colony, I suppose, or first major part of westward expansion that rioted against their captors, right? Against their masters was Haiti. Because the average lifespan on Haiti at the time for a slave was like less than 7. It was like 4 days. We're like, we got to fucking stop this, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
like,
bad.
if it is truly a 4-day reset, like, how does even information get across from one to another at some point of like, oh, everyone that was here before us died.
Yeah.
And then they died, and that information's lost.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even know that the people before them were 4 days. Like,
I think like the soldiers and things might, I don't know.
you know what I mean? Like,
lot
how
of
did the
these-
information then get leaked to the next boat of people? It had to have been like, yeah, maybe it was like the soldiers or officers who were talking out loud and like just assuming
maybe.
that no, they wouldn't actually do anything. Because like, think about that. How fast would you go? Holy shit! And of course, you're also speaking in a different language. We're also
Everyone's
presuming,
speaking a different language.
Yeah, like we're also presuming that they can even speak the same language, and they likely cannot.
No.
So it's like, oh my god, how fast? Who was it that figured it out? Who was it? The slave that figured out that was like, holy shit, we have less than 4 days, and we're likely going to die because of the work that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do something right now.
Brutal.
We have to kill these motherfuckers and get away from our captors.
Yep. No, 100%. And that's how and why it happened.
That's crazy.
Bad. Not good. And again, it's all just thinking about the bottom line. It was cheaper to just keep carting over people than bringing over barrels of water, barrels of bread and wheat, seeds. Like, can we try things out? They're like, no, we're just going to, it's just cheaper. It's just literally cheaper to bring humans over here to die. It's wild. That is also in part, and I'm not defending anything here.
No, but like,
That's
what do
why
you do with the bodies?
That's why certain southern plantation owners, they're kind of like, I don't know, it's bullshit, right? Southern plantation owners are like, oh, slaves were kind of expensive. The Haitian slaves, the slaves going to the West Indies and the Caribbean, those were cheaper than the ones going to America. So I'm not going to say they are right or wrong, but there was a difference in cost from a slave going to North America than a slave going to the Caribbean. Because it does sense. And you mentioned, like, how was this like written down? Like, where are these accounts coming from? Most of the accounts of the standard of living on the island came from soldiers who were deployed there, and they would usually die within a month. They didn't have food. They didn't have fresh water. And they were fighting other countries who would try to invade the islands and take over the production, right? It was a complete like war zone out there. And slave ships would be shot by other ships, and it was a
I clearly
complete
don't
madhouse.
know enough about sugarcane to be like, yeah, that's how it's grown, and that's why it's so like. It's like, can you imagine today's age? Can you imagine people being like, "Oh, I got deployed to Iowa because the corn there."
Yeah, it needs.
The corn grows the best there. Actually, are they potatoes?
Idaho? It's mostly potatoes.
Idaho's potato, but Iowa's corn.
Iowa's corn.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was right. All right, so, but yes, can you imagine? They're like, yeah, there's a field of corn out there that we're fighting over.
Yep. Yeah, it's
And
wild to think
the
about.
Colorado nation's going to come and invade it. Like, if we were to take our states and make them as countries, like in Europe, and they're just fighting over corn, they're fighting over this shit. Like, bro, I'll give you some. What the hell? Like,
we should do a whole episode thinking about like what state would win against another state to create like super zones or something. Yes.
It would be hard. We should do an episode on this, but it would be hard to beat Texas. Though I do think that like Montana, Colorado, I think that they think they would get further, but they're soft.
They're soft.
It's a bunch of rich white people that like, now there's like country folk out there, but like the rich white folk that are like, I want to live on a ranch and I'm going to buy 1,000 acres out there out in the fucking middle. And then they just like live in their house with heated flooring. I go, no.
I think Texas would definitely
I
win
know
or
a
do
trailer
very
park in
well.
Mississippi that would put these people down. Literally.
I think what Texas has, they have their own energy grid, which is important, right? Like in a strategic type of war
That's
stuff,
true,
like
but it
you
sucks.
try to destroy all that foundational stuff. airports, train tracks, and energy infrastructure, dams, and things. They have a lot of that. And they have a lot of guns, too. Yeah, they would definitely be...
I think Appalachia would be fucking... Those guys are
See, to me, that would be like a Vietnam. It's like people entrenched in their little caves, little houses in the middle of the mountain for like
we
years.
Got the valleys, dude. Yeah.
They know the countryside way better than someone in Texas.
I mean, like the cave networks alone. Like,
oh yeah,
dude, you know that
they could live like rat people for years.
They'd go nuts. They live like rat people now, bro. They are sleeping with each other right now today.
They don't feel pain. They have the opioid crisis. They don't feel pain. They can take 3 times the amount of bullets than anyone else. Hey, shout out to the Appalachians. We love you guys. I've been there. It's a beautiful country.
They're producing super soldiers like Germany.
Yeah, they're like super mutants.
Just opioids.
Yeah. It's like super mutants. Shout out to West Virginia.
Oh my God.
Anyway, the last company that I wanted to mention is the British East India Company.
Hell yeah.
That is the company that everyone's
so
probably
hard.
That is the company that is in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yes.
That Jack Sparrow is kind of involved in. The guy with the dumb white wig.
Yes.
Kind of becomes a good guy at the later movies.
He has a scene. Yeah, he's like the kind of good guy, but more so he just like developed a conscious. Yeah. But yes, he's got that great scene where he's walking down, and he's walking down the boat, and the boat is just like.
Yeah, completely getting destroyed. Yes. That's
great
the British
scene.
East India Company.
Dude, Pirates of the Caribbean. Missed that.
Great movies.
The first like 3, I forced myself like 2 years ago to watch the more like recent ones, and like,
they're not very good.
God bless him. I mean, Johnny Depp's still great.
Yeah, he's a star.
You could tell though that either they didn't get enough budget from Disney, or all the budget went to Johnny Depp, and they couldn't get Orlando Bloom back. And Orlando Bloom also gained a bunch of weight. So, like, yeah, like there's a movie where Johnny Depp's still in it. He's doing his typical, like, run through the sand thing.
Yeah.
And then the last movie, Orlando Bloom is in it for, like, 10 minutes because his son is in it.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
His son. Not his actual son. His, like, story son.
What's the name of the newest movie?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like 6 movies.
And what's his name from No Country of... oh, God, I'm butchering this.
No Country for Old Men?
Thank you. I was like, I can't remember what that... Of or for. But yes, No Country for Old Men. What is that guy's name?
I don't fucking know. I know who you're talking about.
But he's in it. He's like the bad guy in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, like, they really went... I mean, the first movie,
it's terrible.
The main bad guys... I mean, it was the government. It was the British East Indian Company. That was a major bad guy. But it was also the other pirate guy.
Yes.
He was bad. Who stole the Black Pearl. I can't remember his name.
Captain Barbossa.
Yes.
Dude, I cannot believe I just fucking remembered that.
And then the second movie was about Davy Jones.
Yes.
This kind of like almost...
The
godlike character. Not godlike, but he's kind of like a demigod character blessed by the sea.
Yeah, he's like made, and like he already has a reputation with Jack Sparrow, because like Jack Sparrow also has like all these secret pasts where he's like potentially already died.
Yeah, he was like a part of their group.
Yes, something there, and then he like tricked him, and
really kind of convoluted. And the third movie, I think, had like you're like literally finding like a god, or was it like In Pursuit of the Fountain of Youth?
It's like and it's everyone. It's a little bit of everybody.
And Blackbeard was in that one.
Yes. Who is like a rock. The guy who plays Blackbeard is like, who is it? Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. He's like a musician. He's like a rock.
Yeah. He looks like Jack Black's more like methed out cousin.
He's like his dad or his uncle.
Yes.
He's like, Blackbeard's like his uncle or some shit, technically.
Yes. And then there's a fourth one.
Dude, I love talking about pirates, actually.
And there's a fourth one. I remember a huge whirlpools at one point. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like one where it's like they go to the edge of the planet because it's flat.
Yes. Is that the second one?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Anyway, stock markets, I think at this point, this is where a lot of like modern historians point to stock markets. They were imperialist.
Wait, I'm sorry. There is one where they go to a completely like white land, white room, white island, white.
That's the second one.
Is that the second one? They like quote unquote die, but they don't die?
Jack is in like a limbo.
Yes.
He's somehow, I think it's not explained how or what the fuck this place is. He's like in like a limbo.
Yeah, it's not Davy Jones' locker. It's like the in between.
Yes,
that's what they like call it.
But then
Calypso, the like crazy witch lady, pulls it out, where she's like, remember the
black woman.
Yes,
right?
but she has like a hut that they go to, and she's like the voodoo lady, which I don't think it's voodoo, but she's like, that's the most comparable that I can make it to.
I think I remember what you're talking about.
But yes,
yeah, maybe I should watch those movies. Maybe I should really pay more attention, because to me it's like literally shit was just happening on the screen. I have no idea what the story is.
Dude, I loved them. I cannot remember, but it's been like years since I've watched them. But yes, I forced myself to watch like 4 and 5. Sorry,
nice.
Continue. Stock markets.
Yeah.
Unless we want to talk about pirates, we'll talk about pirates.
Maybe we'll do old Disney movies as one like combined episode. Anyway, I would like to say stock markets, or this idea, it was humble in the beginning.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of grown evil. Like literally funding evil ventures.
Yeah.
Slaves are bad. Well, slaves are good, but the idea of slaves is bad, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. So that's the 16th century westward expansion. I want to tell you about the New York Stock Exchange and its kind of history. The New York, previously known as New Netherlands, founded by a Dutch colonial group, is now the largest stock exchange. Oh my goodness, stock exchange in the world.
That 9% is.
I know. You're so right. It was founded in 1792 by 24 tobacco traders who worked to buy and sell government and bank securities. So now that the New World is more or less established, the tobacco merchants who kind of own major parts of it, maybe they own plantations or whatever else, the kind of like businessmen, are now like, hey, we could do this whole stock thing over here now. 1792. So after the Revolutionary War, now that they're free from Britain in 1776, the Declaration was created, the Constitution, they're like, hey, let's just fucking ramp this shit back up again, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get back together.
We
Start
make
our own.
money. We know how it works. Let's do it.
Yep. And we're gonna go pretty quick now that we're kind of on the downturn, I would say, of stock markets and what they are. The New York Stock Exchange was founded in 1792 by 24 tobacco traders.
Dude,
back then,
big tobacco, good for them.
That's right,
dude.
They're at the front of all.
I wish we could bring back healthy cigarettes, like fresh cigarettes, just tobacco. None of the other filler bullshit that's in there. Like,
why don't you just grow it in your backyard? I mean, it grows everywhere.
I really could. Here, you really could.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
why not?
Honestly,
just buy seeds online. Who cares? Yes. I wanted to talk about the enhancement to technology around this time and forward of this time, because this allowed stocks to, in my opinion, the way I see this is that it was owned by individual people in a village or a town. And then most stocks or shares were owned by bigger corporations or banks or other governments other than yours. And then it slowly transitioned to be back to the main, just normal guy walking around town. Like he can then get back into the stock market with the enhancement of technology. The biggest problem during these times was that trading was extremely tedious. You had to go to a major city. You had to write up paperwork. That took time. You had to have like a connection. You had to have like a broker. You had to like do all this shit. With the evolution of technology, people could trade a lot faster, like mail. They could trade by mail. And that instead of a trade taking weeks of me traveling there, leaving my family behind, it took, a week or two. As someone on horseback would make my trade for me, which is crazy.
Shout out United States Postal Service.
United States Postal Service. Fast forward even farther, we have other forms of technology like the...
what is that called?
Funny enough, I didn't write it down.
What is that called?
The telegraph.
Telegraph.
Yes. Most telegraph...
But wait, what is that, like...
Device called?
Not necessarily the device, but like the language that it's written
Morse code.
Morse code, thank you.
Mentioned it the other day, yes. Most traffic on telegraph, I guess the telegraph lines, were stock trades.
I want the British West India Company.
Yeah. Most of the quote-unquote traffic on these lines were actual stock exchange traffic. It wasn't for personal communication because that was really expensive to have a line come into your house right?
We should become DJs.
It was,
And then we are at a club and we're like,
Chet's not listening.
I am, but I was thinking about my DJ bit. Then like just fucking, and then, you ever seen that video of that guy who's like, you know what I'm talking about?
No, you can't
never
just say
seen
that
this?
and act like
Yes,
I know.
there's
I don't know.
like there's like this like Italian comedian who like did a short video with a DJ in Italy, and it's like him being like, I can't make music, but I want you to make this song. I'm thinking a bit like, I think
I have seen this video.
and the guy like makes it, and he's like, and he goes back and makes a video, and then it's just them like, we should do that, like one of those.
Go for it.
I don't know how.
I think you'd be a great DJ. I don't know how that would integrate into your like DJ
It
setup.
wouldn't. It wouldn't. It would not. Sorry, back to the British.
We're past
Stock
that. We're on the
Exchange.
Telegraph.
Stock Exchange. We're in New York, not New Netherlands. The Boston Tea Party's already happened.
Yes, happened a while ago.
Yeah.
I would say the Boston Tea Party, a lot of that stuff was to protest against. Well, it was a protest against the representation back in the colonies, or back in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still that affected the British bottom line. Whoa, you destroyed my product. You destroyed my shares.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They sent the army over.
Yeah, a 6'5" red-headed wooden tooth fucking admiral came over and kicked some ass.
Wooden toothed admiral.
George Washington.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to describe him. Fast forward past the telegraph. Now we have other forms of
across this
communication.
river. It's cold. We're gonna kill these British bastards.
I would love to be in his boat.
Dude, honestly,
That'd feel fucking
you know, the like. There's some things that I think with modern civilization, we have lost the ability to understand like camaraderie, and the only way to do that is to go to war or like play football, like Pee-wee.
Okay.
You know, like when your coach, a grown man, is like, get out there and fucking kill them. You're like, yes, dude, I'm 8. Like, yeah. But we've lost that. Now you have to go to war and actually watch your friends die.
I know. I
Like,
don't want to do that.
to feel that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I miss this, like, which I mean, I guess for George Washington, they were also in war, but like, I also miss the like ruggedness. I never really experienced it, but like, I feel like in modern civilizations, we've missed out on the ruggedness of life. And all the comforts have catered us to being like these soft shell of people in comparison to like what I think these men really were.
Okay.
But yes, that's my TED Talk.
There's something stopping you from getting on the Ukrainian front line like tomorrow. The Ukrainians would love to see you.
I have a son and a wife. Yes, there are.
Oh, yeah. No wonder.
But yeah, no. And then as well as like, you know, there's almost like the technology just wasn't as good back then. So it's like, there's almost like I can make it out alive because they can't shoot with their fucking 16-inch bore muskets.
Who didn't have
you know?
rifling. The bullet was
Now it's like, dude, you hear, because there's a drone coming in.
Yeah.
Dude.
We
are
dying.
Yeah,
I think it's funny. You know, when we hit our golf ball, sometimes we slice the shit out of it. That's how
Yeah.
bullets worked. Because
Yes. Yes.
the barrel wasn't rifled, so the bullet would literally
just
like
a whoop.
curve.
Yeah. Just, you know.
And they would just line up in front of each other. All right, guys, you shoot first. Have your men die. Okay, our turn. Bang.
I'm pretty sure that's
Wild.
where the phrase, like, can't hit the broadside of a barn comes from. Is like muskets couldn't
Yeah,
hit the
it literally
broadside of a
could.
barn.
Yes, precisely.
Like,
And there was no aiming. You just literally point at the enemy.
do you
and
think
hope for
that
the
their
best.
bullet? I have not. I wonder if their musket, when they shot them, if over a specific amount of distance, if they were able to actually see the bullet.
No way.
Do you
They're
think?
still going like subsonic.
Because like even now, like if you can watch like a POV target videos, right? So your POV is from the target being shot at, and you can even still see the bullet cutting through the air.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Like of a musket, the musket ball?
No,
like a modern,
a modern sniper rifle.
5.56.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus,
you could see it.
that's terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no
I wonder
thanks.
if like a musket ball you could see.
Go
You ever
slow
seen
enough.
how they make their musket balls, bro?
I'm sure that you would like hear it. I mean, like when you're shooting and you're on the battlefield, there's so much like smoke from the black powder.
That's true.
Yeah,
you
probably
probably
really
couldn't
see
see
anything.
shit. I bet you when you shot though, that smoke just like, whew. Dude. Imagine like the
from
smoke,
the bullet going.
the bullet goes through the smoke and it like separates.
Yeah.
Imagine, dude, you're like on a field. There's some fog and already existing smoke from people already having shooting, and then you just see a volley of balls like separating smoke coming right at you. Terrifying. Dude. I'm sure that
war
that's
is scary.
Dude, somebody's got nightmares from that shit. I mean, they're probably dead by now, but they're definitely dead by now. But
yes, 100%.
Stock market.
Stock markets. Anyway, the stock market bad during this time. It funded evil.
What year?
I mean, this was all throughout the 1600s to the 1800s.
Okay.
And the westward expansion was funded by stock markets. The industrial evolution. I would say the most of the world was funded by this concept: a stock market, a central exchange where you can invest and get out some output at the end. Well, fast forward up until the 1980s or so. So we're taking a big leap forward. The internet allowed for the biggest expansion of stock markets.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yep. In 1975, from the internet allowing trades to happen near instantaneously instead of days or weeks. From 1975, the total money in some sort of publicly traded company was about $1.1 trillion, around across 14.5 thousand companies. Big number across 14.5 thousand companies. In 2025, that number has increased 2,000%.
Yeah.
Now it's roughly $25 trillion in the global stock market exchange across 48,000 companies.
What do you think the conversation looked like when an IT guy looked at a finance bro and said,
I can make your job easier.
you are gonna make so much money out of this. Like, they had to break it down to them, because these are just sales guys. There are finance guys that are numbers driven, but like they're sales guys, right?
Yeah.
And then finally they got through one of the sales guys' thick skulls. They just finally got through it.
I like writing on paper.
They were like, this is going to print money. And he's like, what do you mean, how? He's like, instead of you having to be on the phone calling people, you're having to go through to
mailing
shit around. You got to wait 3 to 5 days and hope that the postal service actually gets it here.
Mm.
It's in your email inbox in 30 seconds. And this guy's like, what's an email inbox? What do you mean? what is in there in 30 seconds? And he's like, fuck, okay. So you can send a message over a file, and we'll just put the shares information, the authorization, the actual purchasing consent in that file. And digital banking, I can actually include in that file, different platform, the money. Yeah. In 5 minutes, you can have it. Dude, I bet you this guy was like,
how can we do that?
How many can we do?
Yeah,
how many? And he's like, as many as you want.
Millions.
What?
Say no more. Yes.
Let me start lying to people so we can have a 2008 stock market crash. Yes. Yeah. Or housing market crash.
I'll go over some crashes at the end because I think it's a nice way to kind of button up this topic.
Yeah, sorry.
But stock markets are at this moment in time, it's very ubiquitous in our life, I'd like to say. Around, whether you are actively trading and you know what you're doing, or you just have a 401k at your job that you put $200 in a month or whatever. It's reported that around 55 to 65% of Americans are involved with the stock market in some way, whether they're 401k or they're actively trading.
Yeah.
45 to 65%, or excuse me, 55 to 65%. This was majority because of internet and different technological increases. Major companies have actually moved their retirement strategy from pensions to 401ks because it is cheaper.
Yeah.
So almost the majority of the country's retirement relies on the stock market. We all wake up every day. We hope that the number is green, and we enjoy the day with a smile. Yes. However, today, roughly 70 to 80% of the trades that actually happen on the stock market are not done by humans.
No.
They're not done by people that have analysis and all this other shit going on. It's not done by It's not done from the concept of, oh, this company is doing well, let's invest. Oh, this company is doing bad, let's sell. It's not. It's simply not. 70 to 80% of the trades that happen on the stock market today are done by bots. 70 to 80% are done by bots.
And it's like, how's an American citizen are you meant to compete with that?
They aren't.
No,
they are not. If you invest your money with like a big company out there, Charles Schwab, Edward Jones, whatever else, they use bots. It is not humans.
Yeah, no.
The humans might be
Making
subtly changing the bot's strategy, long, medium, short term strategies. The bot is doing the trading.
Yeah.
But while you're sleeping in the middle of the night, the bot is going to go, hey, I see and that in Japan certain things are happening. Sell, buy. It's doing millions of these a second, I would say, across the whole entire planet. Our entire retirement, guys, wake up, sheeple. Our entire retirement is based on bots.
Yep.
We need to riot against bots. Somehow. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's no incentive. There's no incentive for these companies to get away from using bots. It only helps the American people. I think that the only solution would be for American people to go to the government, whose pockets are being lined by the Charles Schwab of the world.
Big time.
And they're just not. I just don't think it's going to happen. So it's like either you play the game, you get your own bots, which you can do. You can go and make your own bots.
Yep.
To do that as well and run off of your own algorithm, if you will, to determine what's best for you. But
even in that sense, like if Amazon reports good earnings and a good profit margin, their stock could go down because the trend is going down. Like the bots are all like, oh shit, it's going down. I need to go down with it. Like I need to sell and get ahead of the curve. Yep. And that can just spiral downward and certain crashes have kind of happened because of that type of speculation.
Yep.
I wanted to end this topic with some major crashes. It's funny enough, I just thought about this. The major theme of these crashes, it had nothing to do with an individual. There was nothing an individual could have ever done.
Yeah.
It was all fuck-ups from big banks. It was all fuck-ups from major governments, except maybe the first one, because I would like to present to you the first ever stock market crash. Do you have any idea when this might have happened? Stocks, or I would say...
I have a guess.
Go for it.
Y2K.
Y2K. You are forward in time about 400 years. So you missed the mark a little bit. The first ever recorded... That's okay. I
was so confident, bro. I was like, Y2K.
Y2K, that is one of them. I think there was one during that time.
I think so too.
Sure.
But
because it's just speculation, like, oh, it's so uncertain.
Oh my God, our computers can't go past 1999. Like,
sell the stocks. Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
The first ever stock market crash on the books was nicknamed the Tulip Mania Bubble. In 1627, tulips in the Netherlands were bought and purchased, sold in a stock market type of way.
Mm-hmm.
You would invest in a tulip farm. At the end, you'd get some percentage of the tulips, right? But then you can also sell that ownership of the tulips, right, at the whenever you wanted. There was a bubble for the tulip industry in the Netherlands in 1627.
This feels silly.
Merchants would purchase rights to tulips before their harvesting season, and they would get a portion of what was harvested for. The bubble burst, leading to a crash in tulip prices.
What do tulips provide outside of just a pretty flower?
They're pretty. I don't know. It's gold. It was like a gold. It's just a pretty shiny rock.
Oh my God, dude! That's
people
silly.
bought and sold tulips. It was just a thing to have on the table. It was just a nice thing to have. It was a niche. Good. Well, it crashed. The value of the tulip crash in 1627, leaving probably a dozen oligarchs broke.
What?
Not too many people. A dozen.
Oh! I'm thinking like organization. Like you're just meaning like individuals. Okay.
Yeah. They're heavily speculating.
Oh my God, dude, that's so ridiculous. If your money's in tulips, ridiculous. You should have a crash. You're an idiot. Like
that was.
Oh my God, it withered. Like no shit.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to mention the Wall Street crash of 1929.
Okay.
This Wall
That
Street crash,
actually
stock
is
market
true.
crash.
That Y2K is such a bad answer.
Maybe.
There's
I didn't say
literally
it.
the most infamous crash, which is the 20s, like
I
or
didn't-
1929.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say it. You
I
found your
said
conclusion
it. I said
by
it.
yourself.
No, I definitely. It's a very silly answer.
In 1929, the Wall Street crash that occurred on the New York Stock Exchange floor. This led to the Great Depression as loans used to purchase shares. So people would fucking go to the bank and take out a loan
Yeah.
and purchase shares.
Yeah, because they're like, we can fucking make money.
The loans were due
Yeah.
at certain moments, and people would then sell their shares, which caused a massive sell-off to pay back the loans. So that's just like a, oh, shit, I don't know how the economy works. Oops.
Yeah.
That was just literally
Yeah.
not knowing how shit works.
Yeah.
The Great Depression lasted 4 years. So, like, the decisions made by oligarchs fucked up our entire society.
I mean, the Roaring Twenties are known for being like a very
yeah,
I wouldn't
because
say
people were
whimsical, but like a very fun time. But people are just like, baby, let's spend it.
yeah, that I would say like they were borrowing from their future selves to
Yeah.
have fun in the now.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. That's
And then they
exactly what
lost,
happened.
and then
They
a
lost.
lot of people.
And we went to fucking World War II and all that shit happened. Anyway, the one that impacted us, perhaps, it impacted me for sure, was the 2008 housing crisis that led to a stock market crash. This occurred because major banking institutions were selling, and pretty much anyone off the street. You could be homeless and you could be given a loan, which is crazy. There was no vetting process during this time for loans. An individual or a home, if you had a car loan, a mortgage, if you had like a $2,000, I need to pay my bills type of loan, right,
Yeah.
with a big interest rate, you'd be given by the bank an even bigger loan with a
Yep.
perhaps even worse interest rate, but it was in work to consolidate all your paperwork and shit. Well, guess what? A shitload of people defaulted on those loans, which forced different groups and entities to sell their shares to pay back those loans.
Mm-hmm.
So big businesses, big banks had to sell all their stock to then pay back the loans. And also during this time, banks and things would sell loans to other banks and stuff. It was just a shit show.
Yeah.
All because of the banks. Like the banks fucked us up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, they sold a bad product. They realized that they knew that they were selling a bad product, but on paper the numbers looked good. And then they found out in reality,
they're like, we can just borrow infinitely,
Yes.
basically. And we have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Borrow infinitely, which caused the stock market crash, which made personally my dad like lose his job.
Yep.
It totally sent reverberations across the U.S. for like 3 years.
Oh, totally.
I would say like our economy is not the same even now.
No,
Like,
people
we're
are much
still-
more careful since the 2008.
Yeah, it sucked, and it was all a bad bet by a big bank.
Yep.
By these oligarchs in our society. It's
Great-
us versus the billionaires, guys.
Great
Wake up.
movie, The Big Short.
Yes, good movie.
Before Megan and I were dating, I went on a date with a woman.
Okay.
And we went and saw The Big Short because
What a weird movie to bring a date to.
it was that's actually the core of my story, which is don't ever go see The Big Short.
No, it's
on
not a
date.
romantic
It's
movie.
not, dude. It was
No.
such a terrible. It was the only movie in theaters. I was in college. I was like coming home. It was like Thanksgiving time. We went to this movie, and it was a fucking horrendous movie. Or let me rephrase that.
For the romantic.
For a date, it's a horrendous
good
movie. Great movie. Totally watching it, I'm like, I remember I had to watch it again, and I totally remember the second time around watching it, I was like, that's what happened? Like, I was actually paying attention,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's right. I went and saw this movie on a date. That's why I didn't give a fuck about this movie, dude. Like, it's a terrible movie, though.
Yeah, I would equate that movie, or at
for a
least
date.
if you were bringing a date there, it's like, you want to hear about Bitcoin? Do you know how Bitcoin works?
That was...
That's like how it was.
Both of us, we should have honestly just got up and left. We should not have.
Let's go watch fucking a Disney movie or something.
But yeah, no, that was a terrible movie to go see on a date.
Anyway.
Fucking horrendous.
Stock markets, mixed history, unknown future. Keep your eyes out. Be smart, people. Who knows when the next thing could happen next?
Yeah, that's true.
I had a short conversation with Michael about this the other day at the bonfire. Michael was one of our friends, and he was like, "Do you know like a good 30% of our entire economy right now, the U.S. economy, the stock market, the S&P 500, the top 20 companies, Apple, Google, Meta, what's their product? Apple sells devices, sure, but they sell like us and our information. They make money by selling ads, and that's like 30% of our economy right now, which is like kind of scary. You're like, that's not an economy. That's not building houses, or
it's fluff.
That's fluff.
It's total fluff.
Yes, and AI is like fluff of fluff.
Yep,
I would say.
Oh, dude, Hank Green. I thought about researching some of this as a topic, and maybe I still will. Hank Green has a great video out that he just put out like a week ago on the AI bubble. And dude, it's a must watch. I stood in here and spray painted and watched it on TV.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Must watch. I thought, there's something about Hank Green that we've seen evolve over time from being like a, I don't want to say whimsical, but like somewhat lighthearted, nerdier guy.
Yeah.
Right? His like, if you go watch his old videos, it's all like computers and shit. And then he kind of evolved more into the science and nature. And I think that's where he realized that like, that's where I'm going to get an audience and actually get a platform. And then he did. And people go like, hey, Hank Green, how does this work? Right.
Yeah,
and then he just kind of got to be this like encyclopedia of a man.
Yeah.
And he's now gotten into at his age. You can see him morphing into the kind of this more like, based on politics, based on the current state of the country, based on this idea. This is why I'm concerned. Yeah. And he talks about AI in this sense, and it's a very interesting watch.
I'll watch it. Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, the conversation on stock markets, I think, will come. I would like to end it there. You can take the moral of the story, however, which way you'd like. I would like to offer you redemption.
No.
In one of our first episodes, it was either episode 1, 2, maybe it was 3. I kind of don't remember at this point. I asked you questions about your wife that your wife wrote for me to ask you.
I do think
that's the world's dumbest sentence right there.
It's all right. I said Y2K was the first stock market crash.
I don't even know if there was a crash, honestly.
No, I don't think there was. I don't think there was. I think that most people are just scared.
Maybe. Probably.
But yes,
I'm
all about redeeming myself.
Would you like to taste potential victory in the wife quiz part 2?
Yes.
We have made a small revision to the rules here. Any punishment that I would take or Chet would take, we actually share. So I'm very much on Chet's side when it comes to these questions. Again, the idea, wife quiz. Chet's wife has written me questions to ask him. He must get 3 out of these 5 correct, or we both suffer potential consequences.
These questions make my stomach hurt.
Are you ready, sir?
No.
Are you ready? You didn't study? No. This one, I have confidence in this one, man.
Okay.
Question number 1 of the day.
Fuck. Wait, should we freshen up?
Yeah, I can take another one. Let's do it. I have a lot of confidence in you, man. I think you can get these questions. I think you'll go for like 4 out of 5.
I don't want to move this arm too much anymore because it's like
make bad noises.
Well,
it's like barely hanging on.
Yeah.
I have confidence in you, man. Okay. Wife Quiz 2.0 featuring Chet. Question number 1. I will not give you partial credit. You must get all of these correct.
That's fair.
Name all of the nieces and nephews in the family. I'm looking for 9 names. Maybe I will give you some partial credit.
Oh, my God.
I would say maybe
9?
There's 9 of them, apparently. You can get maybe 2 wrong.
No, I got to get them all right. The holidays are coming up, and I'm buying gifts.
Okay.
All right. There's Hayden.
Yep.
There's Caleb.
Yep.
Thad/Thaddeus. Thaddeus is his full name.
Yep. Thad.
And then Lana, Lily.
Yep.
You're
killing it so far.
Mackenzie.
Yep.
Fuck.
Okay.
These are Kaylee's kids.
3 more.
Paisley.
Yep.
In this. Oh my god, dude.
Come on, Chet. Dig deeper.
I know his name. I said his name. If Kaylee ever watches this, I said his name one time wrong, and it's because I always remember the name from the Star Wars game.
Okay. The Star Wars game. I'm looking at the names. I don't get a connection to Star Wars.
There's like
maybe there is. Maybe there is for Chet.
What's that motherfucker's name? From the Star Wars games that just came, like not just came out, but like they've been out for a few years.
I don't know. What is his name? I don't know.
I cannot remember it right now.
You got 2 more names.
2 more?
You got 2 more. There's 9 total. You got 7. You got this. Dig deep. Think hard. Think of your family tree. Think of the bloodlines.
Oh, I'm trying to think of like whose kid am I missing? Oh shit! I forgot. Mackenzie has a sister now.
Okay. Warmer.
Yeah. There's
You got this.
Oh my god!
Come on. Push hard. Are you like forcing blood into your brain?
I literally cannot. She's gonna be so mad at me. Hold up.
Give you 20 seconds. I'll count down.
I know whose kids who have their names that I can't remember.
Okay.
They are infants, and in my defense, no, I've met one of them. Fuck. One of them I have not met yet. Okay. Oh, damn these beers. Damn, I'm gonna blame it on the beers. Oh no.
I'm gonna need 2 guesses, and then we'll have to move on.
Yeah. Dude, it's like it's.
You can see his face, I imagine, in your head.
Yes, I can.
Who is this little guy?
He looks like Travis. He looks just like his dad. But I cannot remember his name right now, and I'm hesitant to say. Fuck. What was? There's a Star Wars video game that just came out like in the last 5 years.
I don't know.
It's played by that motherfucker from
the little orange-haired
character,
and
guy.
He's got a little robot that flies around.
Yes, and he's
name.
also played after, or the actor that plays him is from Shameless. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember the in-game character's fucking name, but I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Just guess.
I wouldn't even know what to guess.
Well,
you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna know it, and it's
gonna have
really
to count this one.
It's really gonna bother
incorrect.
me.
Yes.
Damn it, dude! 9 answers in 1 question is a hard fucking go.
Yes. There. You're missing. I think you're like. Mackenzie had a sister.
Yes, Mackenzie's sister.
Her name is perhaps Melody?
Yes, Melody. I knew that because fucking Corey plays music.
The guy's name who I think you're associating with the Star Wars character.
Paisley's
name
sister.
Is
Callum. Our brother. Callum. Yes. And that's what the in-game character's name is Callum.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm like...
Now that you'll remember that for the rest of your life.
Oh, well, that's why I already knew it. I just couldn't remember the name.
Exactly. Well, unfortunately, starting off a little rough, but I think we're hitting the downhill. So I think we'll do good from here, honestly. That was the hardest one, in my opinion.
Yes, yeah.
Question number 2. What is Megan's favorite restaurant in town? It's funny. We've never been there as a group.
Oh, that was a giveaway.
Good.
Fuck, what is it called, though?
Oh, Chet,
Lemieux.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It is Lemieux.
Yeah, Lemieux.
Yay. I would be interested to go there.
It is good. It is very good. They have a great brunch. They have a drag brunch. Believe it or not. I've never been to the drag brunch, but we've talked about going to the drag brunch because they have a $5 mimosa. And
I'm in.
It's banging.
Oh, I'm in.
It's banging.
Say no more.
They all their breakfast items are really good, but then their dinner items. Actually, we've talked about this between Jeff Ruby's, Lemieux, and then Chris Roos.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know which is the best right? Because you
Jeff
guys
Ruby's
went
was
to
pretty good. Jeff Ruby's.
It
was pretty good.
And
it'd be hard to beat, honestly.
Lemieux is really good. Bro, you sit in a booth and they have like an honorary cow named to the booth. Yeah.
Okay. That helps the score go up.
It does. It does. The atmosphere is really great. It's nice.
Good to hear. Question number 3. Congratulations on getting that correct. 1 for 1. 1 for 2, excuse me. What was the name of your guys' apartment in Louisville?
Oh, fuck.
I will accept either name because the name has now changed. But what was it called before or after, I guess, after the name change?
21C is the hotel that we stayed at. That's not.
What?
I'm trying to remember the name of like.
I didn't think this was going to be a hard one. Where did you live?
It is a hard one.
What is the name of the
because
place
it changed right before we got there.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you everything about this place, but the fucking name, dude. She knows I can't remember anything. That's why it's always like, whose name is it? What's their name? All the questions from before were names too. Like,
You lived there.
Yeah, I did.
How long did you live there for?
2 years.
Oh man, this is embarrassing. That's okay.
I can't even come close. It was across the street from Brown Park. It's a white apartment complex building.
Naming all of its physical attributes.
Yep. I'm trying to mull over. There's a lot of geese there. They actually, St. Matthews, that area. They have
okay.
They have like a crew. St. Matthews, the city, pays like people to go around and scrape off geese off the road. Because my wife,
geese?
Yeah, dead geese from people hitting them. Because my wife makes it a target.
Okay, that kind of helps the naming, honestly. What it was changed to. I can't give you a series of hints. I feel like that would be cheating. But a flighted bird may be important to the name. 30-second countdown starts now.
Mallard Creek.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It's Mallard Crossing.
Fuck, dude. Oh. There's a creek that ran through it. That's why I said Mallard Creek.
Gonna have to say that's incorrect. Darn.
Oh, dude, I'm 1 for 3.
1 for 3. You have to get the remaining two correct to not experience a punishment. Again, I will be experiencing the same punishment.
I hope we get a shot on the Lords. I hope you have to take a shot.
Question.
We're a little warmed up right now.
Question number 4.
Okay.
What was the name of Megan's dorm in college? I will accept the before and perhaps after.
Oh, what?
What was the
How
name?
the hell am I supposed to remember that? She didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's where she. Oh my dude, you're bad at this, bro. You don't remember
her dorm.
I remember my dorm that I lived in.
I remember mine that I
remember
lived
the
in.
dorms that
Actually,
my friends lived in.
I don't. I remember Oak. I remember. It was like North something.
Okay.
It's fuck, dude. I remember where it is, but I don't remember what the name of it was.
It was later renamed to something, and if you remember the later name,
I
don't.
don't.
Get it right.
I don't.
But
I don't. It's
so.
Dude, we never went to her dorm room. Like,
you must have picked her up from there.
I mean,
what would you type into your phone?
A handful. I walked there. I knew where it was. I didn't look at anything on my phone. Or I drove there. I just knew campus.
30 seconds.
It's not North Hall.
It's a very college name. I mean, you're
it's like
pretty close.
But there's Oak was on the south side of campus. I lived in not Septum. Fuck, where did I live?
Oh my God. We're getting off the main path.
I literally can't remember. It's North something. It's like, I'm going to say like, it's a tree. It's a fucking tree because it was one of the newer dorms.
Okay.
It's like, God damn it, dude. I cannot.
Oh, man.
It's almost 10 years.
That's true. Any final answers, or is this a give up moment?
I don't want to lose, dude. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I'm pretty sure people just call it North, but I don't. I'm also flaking on that, and I'm curious as far as like.
Send the final answer, man. Whatever you're confident in, most confident, you should say.
I literally can't think of any other tree names right now outside of oak, and that's a part of. I thought pine, but it's not pine. It's not
educated final answer.
I lived in. It's not Sesams. It's not. I lived in. Fuck. Where did I live, dude? I'm back. I'm trying to do
so
the
bad
process
at Who
of
Wants
elimination.
to Be a Millionaire.
I lived in the dorm right by the football stadium. It was. I lived in McKee, and then there was a separate one that I moved to that was not McKee. That was.
How is this helping? Is this helping?
The process of elimination, because I'm trying to just dig up all the fucking names. There's like 10 different dorms.
That's not that many.
Yes, there is. From 10 years ago, dude. I've forgotten all of them.
I mean, the final answer.
North Elm.
Maybe I'll give you partial credit.
It was North. It's North something, right?
What Megan wrote down here was North. It was called North.
Okay.
I think I will give you credit for it.
Please. Okay, because I thought it was. There were so many that were named after trees.
Yes, it was later renamed to Noonally, maybe.
Oh, Nunnally. Yeah.
I'll give you partial credit.
North.
Such that the final answer.
Okay,
like
so
the final question will be the
the
major
determinant.
question.
Okay,
yes.
I'm
because
fine
I think
with
this is the funniest one.
Okay. Oh shit.
Are you ready?
No.
Final question. What is your wife's shoe size?
Oh my god, what?
What is your wife's shoe size?
Oh, dude, this is such a loaded question. If I'm like, she wears a 10.5, she'd be like, what do you think, I got fucking skis?
What is it? Big feet, small feet, somewhere in the middle?
It's not a 6.5.
Okay. Shelby's a 6.5.
Yeah, she's got bigger feet than Shelby.
Okay.
She's got bigger feet than Allison. Allison's got tiny fucking feet.
Yeah, Shelby and Allison have the same size feet.
Yes, they got bigger feet she has bigger feet than them. But she doesn't have a big foot. And I'm floating between, I want to say it's a half size. I want to say it's a half size. I want to say it's a 7.5.
Okay.
I don't think it's a 8.5. It's for sure not a 9.5.
That's a big lady foot.
I think it's a 7.5.
Is there a final answer in there somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's my
final answer. 7.5.
7.5.
That is correct.
Oh, dude!
Final answer. 7.5. Dude! Boom.
I still think. I don't know.
We can take a shot at Malort just for fun.
No, let's just spin the wheel.
Okay.
Let's just spin the wheel. Fuck it.
Malort. I changed it. Malort's on here like 4 out of the 5.
Oh God, dude.
Can I spin it? I haven't had the chance to
spin it. Yeah.
Okay, this is no longer the wheel of punishment. This is the wheel of fun
we've
content.
The wheel of we've had 2 9% ABV beers.
Yes.
Let's roll, baby.
We're looking for punishment. All right. Here we go.
Oh, I never noticed the little like ooh.
Oh, it did not land on Malort. Oh, this is an interesting one. No drinking for a week.
Oh.
Is this punishment?
Damn.
Let's just do.
You're like,
let's.
No.
I'm the captain of this ship. No one is telling me what to do or what not to do.
Do you have anything in the barrel this week? Like any plans?
I mean, there's always plans, bro.
My first thought was like, oh, great, we're not hanging out with anybody then. Like,
no, well, when you're there, you just have to be sober. And maybe when we come back, we'll reflect on our sobriety. How about that?
Okay.
Can't drink for a week.
Can't
you and
drink for
I.
a week.
That means we're done drinking. We can't finish our beers.
Oh, no, wait, no.
Okay, maybe we'll finish them.
They're open. Like, let's not get crazy.
Yes, we'll finish our beers, but then no drinking for the rest of the week. Perhaps we'll, throughout the week, reflect on our sobriety.
Honestly, we should even put ourselves in scenarios that we would normally drink, but we don't drink. To really, like, hammer it home.
The alcohol goes in your mouth, you have to spit it out?
No, it's more of like everyone else is drinking and we're like...
I really don't know if anything that's happening this week, so
I know
I'll do fine.
I don't think anybody's out of town.
Yeah. We'll do status updates, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
you
everyone.
Twitching yet? Like,
yeah. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. That's episode 7 of the podcast. Thank you for listening to things about the stock market, different things happening in town. And it turns out Chet and I are not drinking, so we'll come back excited for the brews, that's for sure.
I can't wait.
That was almost good.
We got to talk about that.
Okay.
We got to talk about that because I
take it
wanna
easy,
show you the
guys.
video.
Appreciate it. See you next week.
Yes. Bye, everyone.